Look at this homemade cherry chip cake. I don't know why, but you cannot find a good one anywhere anymore. So I make my own. Let me show you how. Hi guys, it's Miss Bakes a Lot, and today we are going to make cherry chip cake. This is my all-time favorite cake, and you cannot find them anywhere. Hardly any bakeries make them anymore. And you can't find them in the store either. Betty Crocker makes one, but you can never find it, which that's fine, because we don't want a store-bought cake. You want this cake. I make my own birthday cake. My husband has bought them for me from bakeries, but they're okay. This one is amazing. So let's get started, you guys. Okay, so the very first thing you're going to do is you need 15 ounces of maraschino cherries. And they usually come in a 10-ounce jar, I believe. So you need like 1.5 jars. Just eat the rest. And you need to chop them up very fine so that they don't all sink to the bottom of your cake. So I did mine about like this. So you're going to drain them very well first. Blot them with paper towel. And then after you chop them, blot them again very well. You'll be amazed how much juice comes out of them after you chop them. So make sure you pat them dry again. Also, reserve 3 tablespoons of your maraschino cherry juice. And then as usual, we are going to get our dry ingredients together. We are using cake flour in this recipe because it makes for a lighter, fluffier cake. And I just feel like that's perfect for cherry chip cake. So as usual, make sure you fluff your flour. Don't want to get too much flour, or we're not going to have a light cake at all. 4.5 cups of that. One tablespoon of baking powder. And 3 teaspoons, 3/4 of a teaspoon of baking soda. And we're going to give that a good mix. And set that aside. We need 1 cup of squishy butter. You know, if you like cherry chip cakes, they're very sweet. 3 cups of sugar. Now, just like when we do with our cookies, we are going to cream this until it's light and fluffy. Don't just combine it till it comes together. We want it light and fluffy. So like 3 to 4 minutes, guys. And stop every once in a while just to give your bowl a scrape. Okay, so it's been like 4 minutes, and this is about the best we're going to get because there's so much sugar in it. It's not super creamy, but this is about, it's nice and light. That's about how we're going to do. So then we're going to put a 1/2 cup of oil. So we're going to let that mix in pretty good. And then I have 6 egg whites here. Now, I did get a little bit of yolk in mine. It's not a big deal because we're not making macarons here. So, I mean, we will do that one day, guys. I'll show you how to make those one day, too. You want to beat those until they're pretty well blended. Give your bowl a scrape. Always scrape your bowl in between. And then we're going to add, I'm going to add 2.5 teaspoons of almond emulsion. Gonna just eyeball the 1/2 teaspoon. I added emulsion. You guys can use extract if that's what you have. And now we have 2.25 cups of buttermilk. And we are going to take our 3 tablespoons of reserved cherry juice. Put that in there. And the reason I'm putting the chopped cherries in now instead of folding them in after I put the flour and everything and we have our batter is because I don't want to overwork the batter. It's a very delicate batter. So once you get your flour in any kind of batter, you don't want to overmix it, or you're going to have a tough cookies or cakes or brownies or whatever you're making. So I'm putting my cherries in with my buttermilk, and I'm going to put them in now before I put the flour in. The buttermilk should be room temperature, and so should the eggs. Anytime you're baking, guys, unless it specifies otherwise, your stuff should be room temperature. Now we are going to alternate our buttermilk mixture with our flour, starting with flour. We're going to do that in 4 parts. Flour, buttermilk, flour, buttermilk. 1/2 of our flour, give it a little mix. 1/2 of our buttermilk mixture. And at this point, I think I'm going to add some food coloring because I don't want to overmix it once all the batter's in. So, and I don't think it's pink enough for me. And add the rest of my dry. This time I'm going to cover it because we're getting kind of close to the top here. She's going to start throwing stuff out. Okay, perfect. If you guys like cherry chip cake, you're going to make this and you're going to be like, thank you. Please come and say thank you. That way I know I'm not doing this for nothing. And I also absolutely love it when you guys show me stuff that you made. That's my absolute favorite. Hey guys, you'll never guess what? I forgot to tell you to preheat your oven at 325. And this time I forgot myself. I forgot to preheat my oven. But it's okay because when you have stuff with baking powder and baking soda in it, it's okay to let it sit a little bit. You'll get a better rise. I have 3 9-inch pans that I spray with cooking spray and then line with parchment paper. If you have 8-inch pans, you can use those. You just might not use all the batter, or you're going to have taller cakes. Just make sure you never fill your cakes more than 2/3 full, or they're going to run all over the oven. So here's where I will use a kitchen scale because I do want all my cakes to be the same size. So at this point, I'm just going to dump some in, start weighing them after until I think they're about 1/3 each. And I cook mine slow and low. That's why we're only doing 325 because I don't want them to dome that much. I give it a few good taps because I do not want air bubbles going throughout my cake. So these are going to bake at 325 for 25 to 30 minutes. If you're using 8-inch pans, so yours are going to go a little bit longer. But I'll be back and I'll let you know how long mine go. Okay, so here they are. They've been cooling for about 10 minutes. They took like 30 minutes, guys. These are very sticky on the top because they're so moist. I'm going to flip them out so that they can finish cooling on the cooling rack. But I'm flipping them on there because they're so moist. I just don't want to flip them onto my hand because they're going to be sticky. So while these are cooling, we're going to make the frosting. I've got 4 sticks or 2 cups of squishy butter. We are going to beat this, you guys, for at least 10 minutes, maybe 15. It's going to get very pale and it's going to get very fluffy. It's going to probably at least double in size. I'll show you what it looks like. I go closer to 15. Now, I made a video just for this frosting and it went pretty crazy. And everybody loved it and a couple people had a hard time with it not whipping up. So I'm going to do it again. You guys pay very close attention. I'm literally doing this in real time. The only thing I'm not going to do in real time is whip the butter because I'm not going to make you guys stand here and watch me whip butter for 10 minutes. But I'm literally going to whip this for 10 to 12 to 15 minutes. I'll let you know how long I whip it. You're going to use your whisk, whip, whatever it is. I said this is the buttercream for people who don't like buttercream because it doesn't have a ton of powdered sugar in it. Because this one, it gets its volume from heavy whipping cream. We put in a full cup of heavy whipping cream. So you control the powdered sugar yourself. You put in as much as you want or as little as you want. Mine ends up being usually, I think, 3.5 to 4.5 cups, depending on what it's doing that day. So 2 cups of heavy 2 cups of butter. While you're whipping this, stop and scrape your bowl down a few times. Okay, so I did mine for about 12 or 13 minutes. This is what your butter should look like. It's almost white, you guys, and it's really fluffy. This is just butter. So what we're going to do now, with your mixer still on high, keep it on high, and you have 1 cup of heavy whipping cream. Make sure it's very cold. And make sure it's at least 36% fat or it's not going to whip for you. You're going to drizzle it in very slowly while your mixer's on high. And this we are going to do in real time. And you can watch the frosting, watch it double in volume while I'm whipping this. You can also watch it fly all over my arm. You can even hear the mixer start bogging down because you can, you know, the volume is getting up there. Now I want you to see what this looks like. That was real time, you guys. And this is why I gave instructions if this is too thick for you guys, what to do about it, because some people said it was way too thin for them. Now, I can't imagine that that is too thin. So now we are going to add our extract. Now, I love almond extract in this, but you can use any extract you like. You can use vanilla, you can use lemon, strawberry, whatever you like, guys. I'm going to use almond in mine because it goes really good with cherry. I add 1.5 to 2 tablespoons of extract. So, but it just all depends. So, I'm going to start with 1 and then add my powdered sugar and then see where I'm at. This is all to taste, you guys. So, whatever you guys like. When you put your extract in here and you start whipping it, it's going to seem like it doesn't want to come together, but it will. And you see this so thick, you guys, with no powdered sugar in it. There's no powdered sugar in this yet. So yeah, this is where you control your powdered sugar, however sweet you want it. I'm going to start with 4 cups. Actually, I'm going to start with 3.5. And I usually do a cup at a time because it flies all over, which I should have done and I'm going to do. So that was 2. So I'm going to go with, that's really good. I'm going to go with a 1/2 teaspoon of extract, and I'm going to go with another half cup of powdered sugar, and I think that's going to be good. So I'm going to go with 3.5. I think it's going to be 3.5 cups of powdered sugar, which compared to 6 cups of powdered sugar, that's pretty good. That is delicious, you guys. Now I'm going to color mine pink. Of course I am. Now listen, before I forget, if this is too thick for you, I actually like mine like this. If it's too thick for what you want to use it for, do not add more heavy whipping cream because that is actually going to make it thicker. It's going to whip up and make it thicker. So take about 1/4 cup of it out, maybe a little bit, maybe 1/3 of a cup. Put it in the microwave and liquefy it 15 seconds until it's a liquid, and put it back in here and run it around a few times, and it'll thin out for you a little bit. And just keep doing that until it's as thin as you want it. You shouldn't have to do it too many times because, you know, the heat is going to kind of melt the butter that's in there a little bit. Always make sure you use gel food coloring. It just works so much better, and it doesn't affect the consistency of your frosting at all. That to me is the perfect pink. Now, once the cakes are cool, I'll come back and decorate them. If you want to see that, you're done with the video. If you do, keep watching. Okay, now I'm going to show you something really cool that you might not know about. I made my vanilla and I put vanilla extract in it. And the problem with vanilla extract is it takes your white frosting and turns it a bit of a brown color. Not brown, but a yellowish color. I don't know if it shows that good, but they have a liquid whitener that is basically a white food coloring that will whiten your frosting back up. And I don't know if you can see on camera, but this is the difference between the two. Obviously, this is the one with the whitener in it. This is the one without. So that's pretty cool if you still want a white cake, a white frosting, but you want to use pure vanilla. You guys, look at that. Isn't that like just a thing of beauty? And I'm not even going to trim my cakes because they really didn't dome. So I'm going to take this guy. I put my frosting in a piping bag and I'm just going to go around the outside. And look, it spins for me. My stepdaughter bought me this new cake twirler for my birthday and it's pink. Push it out to the edge. So I'm going to go around the outside, and we're going to start just smoothing any areas that are open. Okay, that's pretty good. Okay, so I had to go make myself another half batch of frosting here. So if you're making a cake this big, let me show you. And it's very heavy. If you're doing yours this big, you probably need 1.5 batches of frosting. I'm gonna go around the outside again. Okay, then I'm just going to start going around. Going over the edge on the top. And you go around, that edge will smooth out for you. Just fill in anywhere you see holes with frosting. You want to make sure you're kind of even on top here. Now I have this bench scraper. This is my favorite thing to use because you can heat it up, and when it gets hot, it'll smooth your frosting. It heats up the butter that's in the frosting, but I'm not going to heat it yet. I'm going to go around a couple times first just to see where I need more icing. Okay, so I'm going to take my scraper here. Got very, very hot water. Heat it up. Dry it off really well. And then start to scrape the cake. Like, see how smooth that is, you guys? Just from that one pass. I don't know. Can you guys see it? I don't know. Okay, you're supposed to do this in one fell swoop. You're supposed to go all the way around without lifting up your thing. And now that I have this new cake swiper, I kind of did it, except for I kind of didn't. I'm going to try again. I never get the angle right. Cake spinner, not cake swiper. And then I'm going to take this and swipe across the top. And then I'll swipe it one more time after I do this. I'm going to do the edges one more time. I'm going to try to do that thing where you don't pick it up. Now I'm going to take this little cake comb that I have. And I think because it's cherry chip, I don't know why, I just feel like this would be cute. Lay it on there very lightly. Have my vanilla that I made earlier. And I'm just going to pipe some rosettes. Now, that's another thing, you guys. With a cake this big and this heavy, you don't want to use a flimsy cake board. So a cake drum is actually thicker. And a cake board, you might lose your cake if you put this on a cake board. Now, I also have these cherries that I'm going to put in the middle here of each one of my rosettes. Okay, you guys, here it is. I'm trying not to drop it because that'd be bad. Gigantic cherry chip cake. You guys, this is absolutely amazing. Try this one, you guys. Let me know what you think. All right, you guys. Thank you guys for watching once again. Have a good night. See you next time.